Babe of the day. Babe of the day. Emily Swallow. She is an actress that just has it. Despite some strong successes, she still hasn't become the household name I think she should be. Currently, she's a part of the Star Wars franchise. Emily plays the Armorer in the Mandalorian TV series and the Book of Boba Fett miniseries. You may not recognize her in this, however, because you never see her face. The character never removes her helmet. Emily's role that I like best is in the TV series Supernatural. She plays the recurring character of Amara, also known as the Darkness. Amara is the vengeful twin sister of God who wants to destroy everything. I'll talk more about this fascinating character later. Emily got her start in theater acting. This wasn't something she just fell into. Emily trained for it and worked very hard, doing all kinds of amateur plays, college plays, and professional productions. There's no doubt about it, she's definitely got acting talent. Her first TV appearance was in a 2006 episode of the soap opera Guiding Light. Her first movie appearance came in 2008 with the military dramedy The Lucky Ones. Although she's done a handful of movies since then, TV would become her major medium outside of the theater. A lot of the TV appearances she would make were one-shots in dramatic programs, dabbling in comedy on rare occasions. The first time she got a bigger role on TV was in the series Southland, where she had a 5-episode stint as Dinah Clark. The next time Emily got a recurring role was in 2011 with the series The Ringer, where she played Detective Elizabeth Saldana for 3 episodes. Her stock was rising, and among the little parts she was getting, Emily secured big recurring roles on shows like Monday Mornings and The Mentalist. However, nothing got her attention from the masses like her next role. Emily played Amara, also known as the Darkness, in the TV series Supernatural. This series was a major, long-running hit, so just the exposure from that would have given her a lot of attention. But Emily knocked it out of the park by playing such a fascinating character who became such a big part of the series from the season 10 finale to the end. I love the Supernatural series, but there's one thing you've got to keep in mind if you haven't seen it before. It's bat crap crazy. I mean that in the most positive way. This show is wild. There's a lot of comedy to it with all the incredible action, special effects, and extremely good acting. There's also a lot of good writing to the series. At the end of season 10, the heroes of the series accidentally release the Darkness. Although they're not sure what it is at first, the Darkness very early on presents herself to Dean Winchester as a beautiful woman he sees in visions. He was the first person she saw after being in prison for billions of years, and she is forever fixated with him. The entirety of season 11 is centered around the Darkness, whose real name we learn is Amara. She is the twin sister of God. In the series, God has been absent for a long, long time. No one knows where God is hiding, including the angels. God had Amara imprisoned for billions of years, so she is understandably mad at him and wants to exact revenge. Amara causes a lot of destruction in order to draw God out and take him on. It wasn't until late in the season that God actually presents himself. It turns out Amara is even more powerful than God. Dean Winchester has a magical attachment to Amara that prevents him from attempting to kill her, although he knows she needs to be stopped. It's quite possible that Amara cannot be killed anyway. Amara is a horror character like no other, especially the way Emily Swallow plays her. I've never come across a horror character that's more intimidating. She is an all-powerful being that can't be killed. She is stronger than God and scares him. Although she does a lot of evil things, she herself is not evil to her core. Amara is, though, full of rage. The Darkness is scarier than any other monster you've seen anywhere. but her form is that of a beautiful woman. That dress she wears is something else. By the end of season 11, Amara is not defeated. Instead, she and God make up and then leave Earth for a while. A sort of family therapy. Throughout seasons 12, 13, and 14, you don't see Amara, but she is often mentioned, and things that she did in season 11 have a rippling effect for the rest of the series. We don't actually see Amara again until early in season 15, the final season of the series. We discover that she is back on Earth, but laying low and enjoying herself. After everything that happened in season 11 between her and God and her and Dean, she doesn't want anything to do with anything. God and Amara never became close, like the season 11 finale would have indicated. In the last season, though, it's revealed that God is, in fact, evil to his core. Amara changed and became a better person, but God got worse than ever. He tried to convince her to team up to do big things, but she did not feel his intentions were honorable and declined. Much later in the season, Dean and the good guys approach Amara for her help in stopping God as he is out of control. Initially reluctant, Amara agrees to help the good guys in stopping God. However, God talks Amara over to his side and she agrees, allowing herself to be absorbed into God and making him more powerful. Amara doesn't die, she simply lives within God. By the end of the series, the character Jack, who, surprisingly, is the son of the devil, but a good guy, absorbs God's power and becomes the new God. By doing that, Amara is now inside him, and Jack, now the new God, reveals that he and Amara exist in harmony. So she got a happy ending. The old God, now depowered, is forced to live out the rest of his life as a mere mortal, which is like a living hell to him. I really like what Emily Swallow did with the Amara character. She gave the darkness so many more layers than she could have had. It's hard to label Amara a villain in the traditional sense, but she's not a heroine either. I'm a pretty seasoned fan of horror TV shows and movies, and my tastes go way back. But I have never seen a horror character that scares me or arouses me more. Emily deserves all the praise she gets for this portrayal and more. During and after her run on Supernatural, Emily got a number of big parts on other TV shows like How to Get Away with Murder, Adoptable, SEAL Team, and the animated series of Castlevania based on the popular video games. Her biggest success in Supernatural, though, would be her role in The Mandalorian. You don't see Emily as her character of the Armorer, which I think is a drag. Why cover her up? Still, this is an interesting character. The Armorer is more heroic than Amara. Emily also developed a unique voice for the character, combining a British accent with a mid-Atlantic accent and taking some inspiration from characters in the Lord of the Rings movies. The Armorer is a fan favorite among Star Wars fans. In 2020, Emily got the starring role in her own movie, The Haunting of the Mary Celeste. It's a fictional horror adventure film based on the real-life ghost ship mystery. It also starred Richard Roundtree, old Shaft himself. This was an independent movie, and it didn't get big, but it's certainly worth watching if you're a fan of Emily Swallow or Richard Roundtree. I'm a fan of both. Publicly, you really don't know much about Emily. This is a good thing. I think nowadays we're forced to know too much about celebrities. I really don't care who was dating who this week or their legal woes. I don't like hearing about celebrities messing up, and neither should anyone. For all intents and purposes, Emily seems like a normal person. And yes, there is such a thing as normal. Emily has been married to stage actor Chad Kimball since 2018. I can't wait to see what Emily does next. She puts a lot more into her acting work than most working actresses today, and I believe she earns all the success she gets. She definitely deserves the title of Babe of the day. Babe of the day.